I'm the Rules Girl, and this is the Home Alone game, a strategy card game for 2 to 4 players. In the Home Alone game, one player is Kevin, who sets traps to protect valuable loot, while the other player is a Wet Bandit, who tries to disarm Kevin's traps and make off with the loot. In order to win, the Wet Bandit must steal $2,000 worth of loot. If Kevin can prevent the Wet Bandit from stealing $2,000 worth of loot, Kevin wins. This video will teach you how to play the game with 2 players, but you can also play with 3 or 4 players. Refer to the 3 or 4 player game on page 8 of the rulebook to learn how. In each round of Home Alone, Kevin places loot into 3 locations and tries to protect the loot with trap cards. The bandit tries to find where the most valuable loot is located by playing a break-in cost and then disarming the traps. To start the loot phase, Kevin reveals 3 loot cards for the round, then secretly places 1 at each location. Next, Kevin may place up to 3 trap cards in each location between the loot card and location tile. Trap cards need to be disarmed, while decoy cards are used to trick the bandit into thinking a location has more traps. After Kevin has placed the trap cards, it's now time for the bandit phase. The bandit can choose a location to break into and pay the break-in cost required to enter that location. Break-in costs are paid by discarding cards, according to the symbols shown on the location tile. For this symbol, they must discard from their hand. But for this symbol, they can discard either from their hand or from the top of the deck. Once the bandit has paid the break-in cost, Kevin flips the first trap card. If it's a decoy, discard it and flip the next card. If it's a trap, the bandit may either disarm the trap or take the pain. To disarm the trap, the bandit must discard a card or cards from their hand matching the bulbs shown on the trap. Or the bandit may take the pain by discarding cards either from their hand or the top of the bandit's deck, according to these symbols shown on the trap card. If the trap has a paint bucket, Kevin rolls the die and the bandit must discard 1 card from their hand that matches a bulb of the color rolled. At any time, the bandit may retreat and enter a different location, or they may end the bandit phase and move on to the cleanup phase. But once a bandit has left a location, they cannot return until the next round. Even if the bandit has no more cards in their hand, they may continue moving through a location as long as they're not required to discard cards from their hand. They're not required to retreat until they encounter a trap they can't get past. Bandits also have action cards they may play, like Crowbars Up, which allows them to draw 2 more cards. Action cards can be played at any time during the bandit phase. If all of the traps in a location have been discarded, the bandit steals the loot and places it face up in the van. Finally, in the cleanup phase, discard all remaining loot and trap cards and start a new round by drawing back up to 6 cards. The game continues until the loot cards run out or the bandit player runs out of cards. If the bandit steals $2,000 worth of loot, the game ends and the bandit wins. But if the bandit runs out of cards, Kevin wins and the bandit is arrested. Ready to play? Place the Kevin board in front of the Kevin player and put the paint bucket die on the designated space. Place the bandit board in front of the bandit player. Shuffle the loot deck, Kevin deck, and bandit deck and place them onto these spaces. Place the 3 location tiles in a row between the 2 players. Each player draws 6 cards from their deck. You're now ready to start the game. If you liked Home Alone, you might also like the Brady Bunch Party game, another exciting game from Big G Creative. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking it or subscribing to the Dice Tower for rules explanations, reviews, and more.